Hello everybody, this is a review of how to conjugate an ER verb in the present tense. This is assuming that you've already learned how to conjugate an ER verb and just need a little bit of review. So, an ER verb. If you're conjugating an ER verb in the present tense, you have to remember that each subject pronoun takes its own specific ending. So here are the endings, just in case you've forgotten them. If your subject is je, your verb ending is going to be the letter E. If your subject is tu, your verb ending is ES. If your subject is il, elle, or on, your verb ending will be E. Keep in mind that subjects are not always pronouns, so if you have a person's name, if you're talking about a girl or a boy, that would also take an E because you could replace the person's name with an il or an elle. So anytime you're talking about a girl or a guy or an it, you're going to have an E ending. This is going to be an important one if you're working on the imparfait. Your ending, if your subject is nous, is ONS. Again, that's going to be really important if you're working in the imparfait. If your subject happens to be vous, your verb ending is EZ. And if your subject is il or elle, or a group of girls or guys, then your ending is going to be ENT. Now, a quick review of what your verb endings get added onto, because it doesn't do you any good to add verb endings on if you don't know what you're putting them onto. So how do I get something that I stick a verb ending onto? Well, the rule is that the verb stem is the infinitive form of the verb, which is the form that ends in ER, minus the ER. So you start with the infinitive form. It's the first form you learned, like danser, for example, ends in an ER. So you're going to add these endings onto the infinitive form of the verb with the ER taken away. Here's an example. Start with the infinitive. In this case, we have the verb aimer. Aimer meaning to like or to love. That's the infinitive form right there with the ER on the end. Then we're going to take off the ER, which leaves us with just AIM. Then we add the ending that matches the subject. So, if your subject was je, you would say j'aime with just an E ending. If your subject is nous, we would add an ONS ending. If your subject was tu, you'd add the ES ending. If it was vous, you'd add an EZ ending.